Hey everyone, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Che Durena. I went to a farm when I was a kid. It was kind of amazing. I got to pet cows and pigs. There was even a huge bull named Jack, and he loved it when you scratched this spot like right above his head. It was like this hump like right behind his head. I wonder what all those animals are doing now. Yeah, it's definitely not running free, I'll tell you that much. At least they got to grow up on a farm where they got to be free and run around for a little bit until they got mashed into pate. But luckily this farm had just animals making residence on it, and there was not a ghost in the well situation. And because most farms are super old, you can come across a caveat of ghost problems on them. And that's why I'm bringing you today's list of top 10 cursed farm urban legends. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, make sure you stick around for the whole video because I'm going to be reading out comments from the top 10 haunted cafes you should never study at video. All of you out there know that if you would like more Most Amazing Top 10 content, you should go check us out on Instagram and Facebook because there is so much more content over there for you guys. And without taking any longer, let's get into this list. At number 10 we have The Wandering Witch. Something that farms are always really good for is cheap labor. You have some kids, and as long as you keep putting food in their mouths, you can keep sending them out to the field to push plows. I can't think of a better reason to have kids. Soft slavery. Beautiful. The Wandering Witch is someone who would want to take advantage of this exact situation. It's said there's a witch who would travel from farm to farm at night, looking for children who should be asleep but have stayed up too late. She offers them a break from their daily work, a break from working super hard and waking up early to rake leaves and milk cows. She tempts them, and if your will is weak and you give in to her offer, she'll take you into the forest and you'll never be seen again. What does she do with these kids? One endless rave with no curfew? No, she slits their throats, drains their blood, and then uses it to keep herself young. Hey, we're all out here trying to stay hot. Get it, girl. At number 9 we have The Bride. One thing that I've learned after doing all these top 10 scary videos is never mess with a bride on her wedding day unless you want her to stir up some evil that will never take a day off. The legend of the bride is a classic one. Two young lovers who are forbidden to be together. They run away and set themselves up to be married on a secluded farm. But their parents catch up with them, the young boy is taken away to be hung, and then the young girl is shot and killed by her father in her wedding dress on the spot. My god, dude, do you know how long it takes to pick out a dress? Well, her spirit rose up because no one messes with a special girl on her special day. Now it haunts farms looking for her lost love and killing any man who dares to get in her way. At number 8 we have Baby Under the Stairs. Just off the title you should have goosebumps already. Anything living under the stairs makes me think of a basement dwelling monster that just wants to drag you into some hovel and eat your guts. This story follows a kid who would visit his grandparents' farm every summer. He would always have a great time, he was very close with his grandparents. But one thing that would always make him uneasy is how every night his grandparents' dog would just bark at the barn like there was something in there. The dog would just sit outside of the barn in front of these concrete steps that would lead into the barn and just snarl so hard it's like there was some sort of creature inside of there. One day this young kid was going through some old family photos with his grandma. Looking at all the old pictures of his parents, he came across a baby picture that he didn't recognize. His grandma told him that this was a picture of his aunt. She passed away when she was only a baby, and they had a funeral for her, and then they buried her body under the steps leading into the barn. Ooh. At number 7 we have MYRTLES Plantation in Louisiana. This legend was actually researched by National Geographic. So Nat Geo came to this old plantation to take some pictures, and much to their surprise, there was an unexpected person in one of their shots. This was seen in the window. She is said to be the ghost of a young girl who is a slave on the plantation. Now she gets her revenge by photobombing white people's photos. Now she gets her revenge by scaring the hell out of white people by photobombing their photos. At number 6 we have Man of the Marsh. Some farms perform superstitious ceremonies to help protect them from the Man of the Marsh. You would take clover and rose and grind it up and rub it on the entrance to your house. If you fail to do this, you might be visited by the Man of the Marsh. Picture a Swamp Thing but wearing a flannel coat. That's basically it. You would know he came to visit you from the wet footprints he left behind and the haunting sight of an empty bed. Ooh. At number 5 we have El Chupacabra. Now we get to go to Mexico, baby. Pour me a tequila and someone throw some lime on ceviche. We're gonna party. But we're also gonna look out for El Chupacabra. This dude is basically a Mexican werewolf with a better name. He roams around the desert looking for small farms, and when he finds one, you better hope you didn't leave your livestock out because he's about to ruin your whole career. El Chupa's going to come in and suck the blood out of all your goats until he's satisfied. And then you're going to end up with a bunch of bloodless goats, and we all know that goats are best with blood inside their body. And he eats kids too, if he wants to. I mean, kids just eat, yell, and crap. They're basically goats without the cool beards. So if you're trying to get rid of a kid, just take it to a farm in Mexico and let El Chupacabra take care of it for you. And if you ask where you got this idea from, it wasn't me. At number 4 we have the licked hand. Gross. If you live on a farm, you probably have a dog. The dog does a lot of things. It lets you know when people are coming, it helps herd animals. And it's just nice to have around for a good friend and a good time. This urban legend is about a girl who lived on a farm and would lay in bed late at night and leave her door open for her dog to come in. The dog would lay next to her bed and lick her hand. And then she would slowly fall asleep. This would happen so often that she would never even check to see if it was her dog, she just already knew. One day she wakes up and her dog is missing. Her whole family goes looking for the dog and then they find him, dead. Something had killed their dog. The family mourned that night and then the girl went to bed. This time she slept with her door closed, feeling too heartsick to leave the door open. But when she draped her hand off the bed, something started to lick it. Ugh. At number 3 we have the HINTERKAIFECK murders. It's 1922 in Germany. World War I is wrapped up and the Germans have taken a big L on that one. Everyone is probably still feeling the effects of getting their ass handed to them on a global scale. And a little family living on a farm hasn't been heard from for days. Someone goes to investigate and what they found was one of the most horrific murder scenes known. An entire family and their maid was brutally murdered with a blunt force weapon. Each one of them, including their 2-year-old baby, had been beaten to death and then hidden in the farmhouse. This might have just been a psycho killer qu'est-ce que c'est, but something very creepy about this is that there was a maid who was working there just 2 weeks before and she quit because she said that the farm was plagued by evil spirits. And who or whatever killed these people took care of the livestock after the people were killed. There were signs that all the animals had been looked after each one of the family members met the grave. At number 2 we have the old Arnold estate. If you buy a house from someone and they tell you you should leave the lights on at night, just move out right away. Right off the bat, your electrical bill is going to be stupid high if you have to leave the lights on all night. And what could be so horrible in the house that it makes you keep the lights on? I've never heard the story of turning your lights off at night and then Scarlett Johansson comes to visit you in your sleep and gives you $100. No, that's not one of them. Well, the Prawn family moved into this estate, they got this warning and still decided to stay. And then stuff started going crazy. They would see blue orbs fly through the house, furniture would get moved, mist would rise from the floorboards, and a ghost named Sherman would get violent with the family. I think after that, they moved out. At number 1 we have the blue body. A family was renting a farmhouse while their new home was being built. One day the youngest girl in the family and her friend decided to do a little exploring. They were walking through the bushes when they came across a dead body tied to a tree. Obviously this scared the hell out of the 2 girls, so they sprinted back to the house. When they got home, the little girl told her mom what they had just found, and the little girl's mom called the police. The body was that of a mannequin, so you shouldn't freak out. What should freak you out is that there was 7 dead bodies buried around the mannequin, one of which was an old resident of the house they were staying in. Alright everyone, that is our list, and as I promised, I'm going to be reading out comments from the top 10 haunted cafes you should never study at video. Clay Tallman wrote, tea, $2.75. Bagel, $9. Downloading porn, free. According to Che. Hey, don't put words in my mouth. I never said anything about porn. Your torrents are your secrets. Janice Trent wrote, Che, this was a great video. Absolutely loved it. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Janice. I love the support. And NSD Clan wrote, whoever sees this, I hope you have an amazing day. My dream is to become a successful gaming YouTuber. Well, NSD Clan, I went and subscribed to your channel. If anyone out there likes Fortnite videos, you should go check them out. I hope you achieved your dream of becoming a successful YouTube gamer. And thank you for wishing everyone a great day. Alright everyone, that is our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, if you would like more Most Amazing Top 10 content, check us out on Instagram and Facebook. It's a great way to get to know myself and the other hosts just a little bit better. Until next time, I've been Che Dorena, and I'm going to go to the butcher shop. I'm hungry.